Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So we are going to be doing some grocery shopping today. If this is your first time here, I grocery shop on a budget. I always have. For years and years, we had a very low income, and so I had to do all sorts of things to save money on groceries. Now I don't do all of those things now. There are lots and lots and lots of things you can do. So you can look in the comments because people leave suggestions all the time. And most of those I used to do in the past, but now I'm just too busy to do every single little thing. But I do some things to save money on groceries and I still shop on a budget. So today our budget is pretty low. We decided to go with $75 this week. There aren't really any ads for things to stock up on, and it's the last week of September, or the last paycheck in September. Right now it's actually October. It was our last September paycheck, and we just decided to put more money into savings than toward groceries since there's not a lot to stock up on. And our refrigerator is still pretty full. So let me show you that. Okay, so here's the refrigerator. There's still a lot of produce in here. You guys know, if you watch my videos regularly, I go out of town for craft shows and festivals, things like that. And I was out of town last weekend. I came back home and I was like, what did you guys eat? Because there's still a lot of produce in here. So I'm buying really no produce except for a salad that we are. Can you believe that these peppers are still crisp? Like, what the heck? Anyway, so I'm really buying no produce because everybody needs to get this eaten up. We do have those grapes are soggy. Food waste. So what was I saying? We do have a salad on the menu, so I am buying some stuff for that. But for the most part, we are eating around what's in this refrigerator and what's in the pantry. So what I have here, I made chicken. Sorry, I made chicken enchiladas last night. Looks like there are a few still in there. There's the rest of a chicken in there. I just pulled the breast off and did that last night. Now, I only have like a couple eggs in there, so I'm gonna arrange that refrigerator and get back with you guys. Okay, so you guys know I usually like wipe out the refrigerator every single week, but I didn't this time. There's just too much stuff in there, so it'll be nice and dirty next week. Yeah, so today is actually Wednesday. I post my grocery shopping on Wednesday. Usually I go on Monday. I didn't. I got back from a festival on Monday or Sunday. Anyway, I like to take a day off when I'm coming home. So I didn't go on Monday. We didn't really need anything. Yesterday, I did need a couple things for dinner. So I did what I don't normally do. And I went and just grabbed those few things that we needed. So I've already spent $10 of our $75. Now we do have a little bit of rollover money. So we have technically $94. So anyway, there's that. I need to make a list. Got my list, so it's really, really short. See, I already got those. I got those when I ran to the store. I got those other ingredients I needed. So this is the list. Now these items are at $73. So, and I already spent 10 yesterday, so I'm already dipping into my overage, which, I mean, it's fine. That's one of the things it's for. So yeah, here we go. If I were only getting these things, I would be spending, right at the amount we pulled from our budget this week. So let's go. Okay, so I didn't think we would do it since I'd already spent $10 out of that $75 budget. We're walking in with $65, and we ended up with 64 and change. So about $65. That is insane. But we did remove hash browns from our list. They were $3.74 for hash browns, and yeah, currently we're not going through like regular potatoes very quickly. I have some in the pantry that I'm using tonight for dinner. But anyway, so we thought about replacing them with regular potatoes, but then we just decided, no, we'll just wait. Anyway, let me flip you around and show you what we got. there we go. Dun, dun, dun. Not a whole lot. So let's start over here. Yogurt was on sale at Hy-Vee. So this is what we went in and got at Hy-Vee. They're 39 cents a cup, and we got 12 cups. Our girls eat regular yogurt. If this is the first time watching a video from me, it is absolutely cheaper to get the large containers of yogurt. They do not get eaten in my house. So single serve yogurt cups it is. There's that. And then at Walmart, we literally walked in and got avocados and lemons. It's right across the street from Aldi. We didn't need very many. And the bags, anyway, we didn't need very many. If I got the whole bag of avocado, we'd maybe not eat it before it went bad. We certainly wouldn't have eaten a whole bag of lemons. So there we go. That was a little bit more cost effective for us. All right, now over here, got 18, not 18. I usually get 2 18-count eggs, but this time I got, 3 dozen. So 3 individual dozen. Anyway, we have this baguette bread, and that is to go with the recipe is a spinach and arugula salad. I did not get arugula because it was a lot more expensive than spinach. So we're just doing spinach for the green in the salad. So anyway, but we got this bread to go along with it. We got our 2 bagels, 2 loaves of bread. We still have bread in the pantry, so we're good there. My husband was needing chips for work. He wanted kettle chips this time. This is $2 cheaper at Aldi over Walmart. So we got that. Again, here's another item. Like, it is cheaper just to get bags of chips and break them down. And if the people in your house will not eat through them very quickly, do that. For us, if I get a bag, just a regular bag of chips, it will be gone. And so this ends up being cheaper for us. Okay, I got the kids there. Basically, it's a weekend cereal. During the week, most of them don't eat breakfast. And little guy eats oatmeal. Okay, and then I have the moo tubes for our elementary school guy, and Texas toast. This was cheaper at Aldi, and it's cheese. It's not the regular garlic bread. Not a lot cheaper. I mean, it's like a quarter. That's kind of how most things are right now. But I got my 2 Greek yogurts, and I got my husband's Greek yogurt. He wanted sausage. He cooks breakfast for dinner on Sundays, and he wants to do like an egg bake casserole thing. So got some ground sausage, got a can of olives, some sliced American cheese. I got 3 bags of spinach. And that's because there are 6 of us, and we're having like a dinner salad, so it's going to take up quite a bit of spinach, and then 2 gallons of milk. So here's what the refrigerator is looking like now. Yeah, like I said, I didn't add any produce except the spinach for that. Dinner here, I'm probably going to have to go through the grapes, and the ones that are just a little soft, not like super soft, I'm going to pluck off and freeze. And then the rest, I'm just going to heavily encourage people to eat. So there's that. The apples are fine. Apples last, like forever. I've got some chicken thawing in there for our dinner tonight. And one of the kids looks like put together a little bag of fruit and vegetables for after school. So that's good. Anyway, so there's that. Here's the whole chicken that was in the refrigerator earlier. I only used the breast off of it to make the enchiladas last night. So it still had all the rest of the meat. My husband pulled that off while I was doing the grocery prices. And then I just popped in the carcass with some onion and vegetable scraps to make some broth. There's that. As far as snacky stuff for the kids, I mean, they have yogurt, if they choose to eat that at home. They have yogurt, and then they still have some granola bars, and they still have like some crackers, things like that. So plus applesauce and all the extra fruit. So we're good on snacks too. So anyway, let's get to the menu plan. So here is the menu plan. You can see we already had 2 dinners. We had Frito pie with leftover chili from the end of last week. That was on the menu plan for everybody while I was out of town. They didn't eat it, so we did it on Monday. And then last night, of course, we had the chicken enchiladas. All right, so current stuff. Tonight I'm cooking chicken parm. That's what I have those chicken breasts in there thawing for. I've got breadcrumbs in the pantry, and I still have Parmesan cheese to use up. Some of the cheeses that I used in that ziti recipe that I made a couple weeks ago now. So I'll be using that with the chicken Parmesan. We're going to use up the potatoes that we have in the pantry. And then I don't know what vegetable we're going to have with it. I don't know yet. We're not going to use the salad. So I don't know. Probably some broccoli, frozen broccoli. And then Thursday, we thought this looked good. Lentil and arugula salad. So that's what all the spinach is for. It's actually spinach and arugula. We skipped the arugula because that was a lot more expensive than just doing all spinach. So it's going to be spinach. We have the lentils already. We got olives for that. The avocado is for that. And so are the lemons. So we have that. The lemons are to make one of the ingredients in the dressing that goes on there. Friday, we are going to have spaghetti. We're going to do vegetarian spaghetti with the that cheese garlic bread. We'll be doing that, plus whatever vegetable. We might have some leftover spinach. We will see. And then Saturday is my sister's 40th birthday, so we're going to be there in the evening, and there's going to be food at her party. It's like, I'm trying to think, what the heck am I trying to say here? So there's just the big like party sandwich platter, snacky stuff. So we will have mostly dinner there. If anybody's hungry after that, we'll have leftovers or something, snack food, whatever. And then Sunday, of course, my husband cooks breakfast for dinner, and he's going to do that egg bake. So, yeah, there's that. So that's it for this week. I mean, it's pretty simple, especially since I don't have a full week here to work with at this point. Next week's grocery haul is going to be pretty big because we'll be shopping for 2 weeks. I'm going out of town for a 10-day festival. I leave Thursday. So it's going to be a really big grocery shopping trip, and we'll see about the menu plan because obviously I'm not here to do most of the cooking. So we'll see. I'm going to try to do some meal prep before I leave to make life easy for everybody. And then my husband and I, and probably the girls, will have to sit down and figure out what they're going to have, because my husband works 10-hour shifts, so oftentimes he gets home, 7-ish. So there will be nights that the girls will have to do dinner. That should be fine. 2 of them are in high school. Like, they need to be learning this stuff anyway, realistically. Actually, I should start having the girls cook 1 dinner a week so they can start learning how to independently cook things. So that's an idea. We'll see. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.